great to have you in studio. We're very excited to hear your story. Samuel Kapepo, let's start off with your story. Where do you come from and how did you get to where you are today?
Oh, it's a pleasure having me in. It's a long day back. My name is Samuel Kapepo. I was born in 1985, 06. In northern Namibia, the place called Oshakati. It's where everything was made. Growing up in the street of Oshakati was something easy. So that's the reason everything that you are seeing me doing today was inspired by true story of my life and my past. I went to school as other young little boys. I was very naughty as everyone. I couldn't go to school. I couldn't understand what school was all about because I was not aware, I was not told what's the reason for me to go to school. My mom left me when I was a little boy, and one of my families decided to raise me up. And of course, growing up in a township was not easy. So I had to quit school. The reason was poverty and all those kind of the young people are facing. So I quit the school. The idea was to go in the street and making a living. I remember grabbing school students from Ipumbu Senior Secondary School, Senior Secondary School, grabbing their food and running away. And that was where everything started. Criminal was part of my life, in a journey. And my extended family, things were not easy. So I have to be moved to the village. 2004, end of the year, I came to Windhoek, and the idea was, okay, I owe so much to the society. 2005, somewhere, I did a project called Kids Soup Kitchen, where I was trying to help less privileged people not to go in my footsteps where I come from, because I think I owe so much. This African queen and king of Africa, I owe them so much. The idea for me to do this was, as I said, it was inspired by a real story of me, where I come from, how I grown up, how things were, and today it's what I'm currently doing. And I'm really proud, so to say. I'm not here to sing my own pride, but I think where I have to smile, I have to smile. Yeah.
Absolutely, and we've been to your soup kitchen. It's fantastic what you are doing. Tell us a little bit about it and how many children you're supporting right now with this initiative.
Sunday I have like 121 plus kids that are coming up, and I have 9 people who are taking RV that are coming to receive their foods to take the RV. It's as well giving them hope to see the sunrise tomorrow, in terms of like feeding their mind, because we need to teach the people how to fish instead of giving them fish. Because when you were in my storeroom yesterday, you saw a bunch of books. Sometimes when I don't have food, I feed their mind by academically wise.
Absolutely. I find it really quite incredible. What I find so inspiring is that you are passing a message of hope across, and it's in the sense of a meal, and there is the library that you have in your container in Katutura as well, but you're also doing things like support groups and conversations with young people about how to say no, for example, and set boundaries and etc., which is fantastic. You said now it came through your story, through the things, maybe not having a support group like that in your life. How would it have helped you if you'd been involved in such a program as a young boy who was hungry, for example?
My sister, everything was made for a reason. I'm not sure, and I'm not here to say I could be this and this. I couldn't probably imagine myself out going through that step that I was before. But I think if everybody could have a grown-up, better life, probably we could shine like the stars of the sky in the darkness. Get my point? So what I'm saying is that I'm proud for the way I am, because some of the guys that are grown up together in those days back of our time, our prime time, some of them, they are not living today. Get my point? Mm-hmm. Some of them are behind bars, some of them, they went to rest forever. So that's how life is probably. maybe I was made to do that in that way of my growing up as a young boy.
Absolutely. It's wonderful that you've taken that approach, because some people wouldn't. You know, they would see their difficult circumstance and become a victim of their difficult circumstance. Your difficult circumstance, you've turned into the benefit for other people's lives. It's really incredible. It's very inspiring. Tell us about your award that you won in South Africa.
I won a Jet Comment Award Hero. It's not the Jet Store. They have annual awards that are giving to people are doing ordinary job in the society wherever you're from. And 2010, these guys, I was nominated by people who sees what I'm doing. And these guys, they asked me to go there, and I couldn't believe, from zero to a hero, you know what I mean? I'm from zero to a hero, and for me to receive that award, national award from South Africa, was like going to Joburg and going that stage and pick up that award was something that everything's possible in life, you know what I mean? Because for me saying that, I remember when I was doing this project, my family, my people couldn't understand what I was doing. They were thought I was doing things that impress human being, But going to South Africa with one of my family, just to go and having that flight and having that magnificent hotel to sleep in, it encouraged me so much, inspired me. So Namibia is 2 million people, for example, and South Africa is I don't know how many people, and Zimbabwe, get my point. And those guys, they managed to nominate me to come up with the award. When you get an award in South Africa, get so much international recognition, traveling to countries that I never had. All I had was dreams. Was not me myself applying for this. People were like, hey, Kapepo, we like what you're doing, my brother. I think you are doing something better. So, and for me as well, receiving, so if I could probably show you my email or inbox, it's giving me a big head. These young people for example, from Fiji, they know what I'm doing. I never knew that I'm doing extraordinary job, but they email me. They want to, it's just the same inspiration from what I like about this. It's kind of emotional and touching, and people waking up, coming to my house and knocking at my door, and Kapepo, give us something to eat, And that's the reason probably that I want to accomplish before my heart cannot beat no more, that I still have to do more and more,
It's fantastic that you've still got the dreams to keep it going further, because there is a need for what you're doing. How do you support your soup kitchen? How are you getting your donors in to provide food to the children weekly?
I'm actually, even though I get always famous and eltician, I'm probably just a man in front, but behind my back, there's a lot of people, people who believe in what I'm doing, people who believe that what I'm doing is accountability, is reasonable to the society. I have people, sometimes I don't only depending on financial or materialistic support. I as well depend on fiscally involvement. You get my point? Mm. People who come every Sunday and they see it and touch it and peel potatoes and onion and play with the kids, and sometimes kids they give their problems to those people, and those people come through me. That's how I help them out. Sometimes I stand up myself, because if you're a mother, if you're a parent, and your kids in the house, you don't give them food, they don't understand there's nothing. All you to do as a parent, you have to stand up, go and fix what is broken there. Try to initiate some idea, how can you manage to make food available for your family? Because for me now, I'm a family. So I go and make kind of fundraising. Sometimes I have a Facebook page, and people like me when I say this coming Sunday, because I have a program that running up, I don't have anyone on board. Please, any individually, Samaritan want to help out, and the people will respond, and they kind of like group themselves and they come and cook in a group. This is how I make it a possibility. Sometimes I go to Europe, because sometimes you have to. I have a partnership in Europe as well that understand that what I'm doing is more important than what they think. So they invite me. I go to school, talk to school, individual school, and this school sometimes we make a partnership, and that's how they fund the project. Okay, so it's really been mobilizing the community. That's It's really up to you, to stand up and make mind how you will make it a possibility. Absolutely. Because you have to finish what you have started off. It's really beautiful, but you definitely followed your heart, going through the difficult background and start in life that you had. How did you know that this was what you wanted to do? You may have known you wanted to do something, but how did you know it was this? I'm talking about 8 to 9 years involved in this kind of humanitarian job, and I changed so many life. My dream as a young boy was I wanted to be a policeman, and things couldn't work out for me. I went to school barefoot. I had buttocks. My jeans were totally torn apart. I don't point finger to my parent, to whoever was looking after me. It was the life they were living in. So I don't wanted that. My people, because, I have a reason for this. I don't wanted my kids that I'm seeing around to go in a footstep. That's the reason I'm saying go to school. Why I have to go to school? Go to school. You want to be like this and this? You want to drive this car? You want to live like luxury? Go to school. Don't smoke. No, we grown up smoking. We were not told why. We were growing up washing our hands. I thought this was punishment from my parents, to get my point. But it was a hygienically system.
Some of the successes that you've had with the children that are coming to your soup kitchen every single week. You've also mentioned that there are some children that are in really difficult situations. What are some of the successes that you've seen with your project?
Number 1 is the smile on their faces. That's a success.
Yeah.
Number 2, they are calling me father. Number 3, they call me brother. Number 4, they're calling me Uncle Kapebu. So those are success that I actually like to mention. I want to mention something that I can take along to my graveside. Get my point? I don't want to take any t-shirt they gave me to my graveside. I want to say those are success for me. Pride, peace with kids. Kids are very angel people. Get my point? When you push them, sometimes, when you push them, 5 seconds they come to me, hey, Kapepo, salute my brother, because they are human, and they make mistake too. So those are actually success so far. Happiness. It's not easy, a guy like I, to be in that challenging situation, but it takes your heart and your mind to cope and to correspond with the reaction within that atmosphere. Get my point?
Absolutely.
So success, those are success I can say.
Do you have any message for Namibia?
There are too many messages. But what I like to say is that we are Namibians. It's a pity sometimes when you ask a Namibian young person, where is your destination? They tell you it's New York. I look at them and smile. Why? Why you want to go to New York? We have Katutula, we have Swakopmund, we have Katima Molilo. It's because New York was made good by its own people. Let's be proud for who we are, where we're from, and appreciate the little that we have. Because we want people from abroad saying, when you ask them, where is your destination? They will say Namibia, because we made it ourselves.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming to share your wisdom with us. It's been so insightful to hear from you, and really the work that you're doing is incredible, and we wish you so much success going forward as you continue to improve lives and put smiles on children's faces.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for meeting me.
Yeah, it was such a pleasure. Thank you. Cool. Thank you.